What's up, guys? Snub here again for another video. Today I'm going to focus a little bit on offense. I want to deal with safe moves, kind of when to attack, mid-air punishes, and homing attacks. And so I'm going to cover safe moves real quick. Now, again, on my tutorials, I don't really like to bring in frame data because I don't think frame data is good for beginners to kind of latch onto. Frame data is really not too important until you start getting really high up. So without dealing with frame data, I'm just going to go ahead and say that safe moves are a move that you can use. Usually it's like a quick jab or something like that, and you can immediately start blocking right after it. It's not punishable, it's not counterable, it's just a quick move that you can use and know that you can immediately block right after and not, open yourself up. So notoriously for almost every single character, as far as I know, I'm sure there's some exceptions somewhere, but down forward 1 is probably the safest move out of every character you're going to come across. Now, if you notice down forward 1, I can use it and then immediately go right back into a blocking stance. And I mean, your safe moves are generally your lowest animation attacks. So this is a really quick animation, just throws it out there and I can go right back into a blocking stance and not have any problem with it at all. So every character is different. There's other moves that are safe, not just down forward 1. I mean, generally just 1 by itself is probably usually pretty safe with most characters. And depending on the character, they may have other totally safe moves. I know Elisa has the new demon chick. She's got a dive kick that comes out of the sky, and that, as far as I know, is really safe. It's extremely beneficial with a lot of gain if you hit your opponent with it, and very little risk as opposed to it being an unsafe move. But generally, any character you're going to come across, you can use just a simple jab or a down forward 1, and that's probably your safest moves out of any command that you'll get out of your move list. Obviously, it's going to take some time to figure out what safe moves are on your character. I'm not going to go through every single character and tell you every safe move because that's a lot of work, and I ain't got that much time. But now, giving you a quick rundown on safe moves, we'll move on here and we'll deal with homing attacks. Now, a homing attack is an attack that if your opponent likes to sidestep a lot, so he likes to just kind of dodge your shit all the time, right? Like he's just kind of always sidestepping. Well, a homing attack is something that will basically track the opponent. It will hit them even if they're sidestepping. So one of Miguel's moves here for tracking would be forward and 4. And this move right here is a tracking move. So if I make, let's record this, start recording. Okay, so I want her to just keep doing this shit right here, right? So she's just kind of constantly walking around me. I believe that's finished. Alright, now I want her to play it. Okay, so she's constantly walking around me. I can use this move here. Why are you jumping? There we go. So she's sidestepping. I have no idea what the fuck she's doing. I broke her or something. Let's try to re-record it. Not do that. Gotta record it again. There we go. And we'll just have her do this over and over. Alright, now play it. Alright, there we go. So she's just constantly sidestepping. As you see, if I don't do anything, she'll just keep walking around me. But if she is walking, and let's say, like, why the hell is she jumping? Well, clearly I found something broken. If I stand here and she keeps going, dude, what the fuck? That even if she gets behind me, right? Like, she can get to the side of me, and I can still hit her with it. And a tracking move basically, well, no matter where they're at, I can still hit them with the attack. And there's some lows that are really good with this, and every character has their own tracking moves. I'm not sure if they actually list it in the command list. I know in the command list, if you go down, it'll show you which ones are like binding moves and stuff like that. It'll show you which ones are crushes. I'm not sure if it actually lists which ones are homing. It may. I haven't like dug in and studied the little icons and all that shit yet. But you know, mess around with a couple of your abilities with your character and see which ones actually do track your opponent. And and I would definitely use the homing attacks a good amount if you notice your opponent is sidestepping a lot. It's very good to. I mean, if they're sidestepping you a lot and they're coming in with launches right after the sidestep or something like that, it's very frustrating to deal with. Very frustrating to deal with, especially as a new player. So use homing attacks. Homing attacks will stop that shit dead in its tracks. You'll have no problem whatsoever. And after a couple homing attacks on your opponent, they're going to stop doing that shit. I guarantee it, because they're going to have to adapt to your style as you had adapted to theirs. And it's gonna you know, make it a lot less stressful to deal with somebody doing shit like that. I want to also go with mid-air punishes. So a lot of characters have moves where they'll jump in the air, or they'll do shit like this. A very common one with Elise here, or Lisa, is if you do a back and 3-4. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there it is. So I want her to do this move right here. There we go. That move is super frustrating, right? How the hell do I deal with this shit? Well, I kick her right out of the air. Or you can even jab. Now, when you do this, you're going to counter them. Now, obviously, it's timing. But you can just knock them right out of the air and open your own combo. Bam. Full combo, right? I mean, that was a pretty terrible combo to do off of it, but I mean, do that move. Especially with Lisa. You see Lisa doing this shit all the time? Deal with it, you know? Like, literally just deal with it like that. If someone's constantly jumping in the air, something like that, watch when they start attacking. When does the kick or the punch actually come through? Is there time where I can just jab them right out of the air? You know, you can try to sidestep stuff like that. For instance, Lisa's, when she does that move right there, it's actually a tracking move if I'm not mistaken. So I wouldn't suggest sidestepping that whatsoever. But you saw me right there just jab her right out of the air. And it's a very, very good technique to deal with people that are constantly in the air or constantly trying to do, like, you know, some type of flip move or some shit like that. I mean, Elisa, the new demon chick, she does a bunch of shit like that. And there's a couple other ones too. Or if somebody even comes in with a launcher. So we have the new tiger chick, I forget her name, and I'm sure I'm gonna get flames on my comments, but she does an uppercut and the tiger comes in and all that shit. But after the uppercut, she's in the air, and if you blocked it, then now she's in the air and you can just punch her right out of there. And you can punch her and then she goes into a limp state and you can just start juggling right off of it. So kind of watch for opportunities like that. If somebody's, you know, abusing air moves like that, I mean, look for an opportunity to knock them out of the air and get your own combo going. I mean, hell, go into practice and be like, man, this fucking move sucks. So I'm going to have, you know, that character spam this move over and over, and let me see if I can jab him out of the air. Is there any point where I can just hit him out of the air and start my own combo? Now, I guarantee you that if you start jabbing an opponent out of the air, for instance, an Elisa, they're going to stop using that move real fast, because they're going to notice that every time they use that move, it's incredibly unsafe, and they keep getting punished for it constantly. So there's no way in hell they're going to continue to do that. And if they do, you already know the counter, and you're going to end up winning that game because they're not adapting. Alright, so we've got that taken care of here. So what else do we got here? We dealt with homing attacks, we dealt with safe moves, we dealt with mid-air punishes. I think it's roughly the good tech side of offense. Oh, there's also counter moves. So for instance, if an opponent's attacking you, I'm going to charge up like this. This just basically allows you to do a counter hit. Some string combos on the last hit, if someone were to attack during it, then you'll get what's called a counter move, and you'll make the character go limp. So a good way to test counter moves is actually just charge up and then try to hit the character with the last move of the combo. So Miguel's, a good counter hit for him is he has a down forward 4 and then 1-1. And if I were to hit that last hit, right, and they block the first 2 and they try to punch me on the third, and I hit them with that third, they're gonna go limp. So for instance, I do this. Let me get the last hit here. Bam, and I can pick them up into a combo. It's a good way to do a combo without actually doing a launcher or something like that. You're going to see these most notoriously in very high level matches. Generally, the jump kick or going in for the uppercut is not the most ideal thing to do at top tier. What you're really going to throw your opponent off with is the counter moves. So I use it all the time. I use this move all the time, and you can even delay it, and that's the delay is what's going to really throw you off. So I can come in with this, and if I do it too slow, I can kind of slow the last hit down. There you go, see? And what I'm doing is I'm waiting for them to think the combo is over so that they will attack. It's kind of like a frame trap, if you want to say that, where that they think it's safe, so they attack, and it's not safe, so they get countered. And then that gives me an opportunity to unleash, a devastating combo or a string or something like that. So I will be releasing videos going over all the characters and their punishes, their counters and things of that nature in later videos. So please stay, watch the channel, subscribe, and look for those. Those are coming. But definitely look for, when you're learning a new character, look for what moves will counter the opponent when they try to attack, and that's going to make them go limp. And you'll notice these moves immediately because they go limp, just like that. They'll just fall down. And whenever a character is falling down, or I like to say getting loose, because if you get them loose, then you can open up for a combo. There's also some other cool shit, like let me show you one more thing. So for instance, Miguel has a while rising 2, and if you notice, when I hit her, her foot comes off the ground. Now, since her one foot is off the ground, it's giving you kind of an idea of this move is close to starting a juggle. So when I hit her with this, I can continue the combo, and obviously it's going to pull her off the ground. But I don't have to actually necessarily continue the combo. I can do it, get her loose, and then just do a jab and pull her right up. But if they're in that animation where their foot's off the ground, it just gives you an opportunity to if you're looking for it, you go, hey, that move right there could potentially line me up for a combo, or could give me a good opportunity to start doing a string or another juggle or something like that. And definitely watch out for those moves. Watch what body movements are when you're fighting people. You definitely got to pay attention to this shit. I think that's about it for the offense video here. Again, stay tuned. I'm gonna be covering all the characters and their counter moves and shit like that, their binds, and I will be getting pretty thoroughly into all that. But just keep an eye out. If you have any comments or suggestions or anything you guys want to see on the channel, please let me know, put it in the comments, and I will do my best to make videos for it. I remember I do work a full-time job, so making these videos is not, you know, this is not my main occupation here. So cut me a little bit of slack, and I will be getting videos out as much as I can. I promise you guys. I'm a huge Tekken fan, and to see so much love being put into Tekken 7 throughout the community, it's inspiring me. It really is. I've been playing Tekken for I don't even know how many years, but 20 years, something like that. Yeah, probably 20 years now, and it inspires me so much to see so many people getting excited about Tekken 7. You know, Tekken has been one of those games that's kind of been ignored a lot throughout the years, and it's always bothered me because I've always looked at Tekken as one of the best fighting games, and it really is. And to see Tekken 7 get so much love makes me just ecstatic. Anyways, I've carried this video on far too long, but thank you guys very much for watching, and please subscribe and support the channel. Much love, guys, and I'll see y'all later.